This is the Dearborn County Alcoholic Beverage Board meeting for October 21st, 2025. Have 1:06 p.m. I'm Officer Gibson, the State Excise Police and Board member. To my right, Board member Tom Rogers and Board member Glenn Huseman. We have one person in attendance for the meeting. You're here for a renewal with a violation, correct?
Yes.
Would you stand up and be sworn in? Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear affirm under the penalty of perjury that the information contained on your application or any answers given to any questions asked by this board to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, you may be seated. I have on my agenda, I think I have 7 permits. I have the following listed as automatic renewals. Automatic means there's no violations or reasons for them to attend. DL 1508780 Speedway 9638. RC 1511759 the American Legion Post in Sunman, New Alice. Did I say that right? DL 1511804 Dearborn Liquor Group Inc. DL 1590356 J Oil Inc. And lastly, oh no, I got 2 more, never mind. RR 1532005 Vala Escondido Mexican Grill LLC. And lastly, RR 1540034 Whitlock's Tavern LLC. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 automatic renewals. Is there a motion concerning the automatic renewals?
So moved. I'll second it.
I have a motion and I have a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Show the motion passed 3-0. Lastly, I have a renewal with a violation. DL 1506723 Denny Inc. Doing business as CJ Liquors. For the record, who do I have here for Denny's Inc.?
Charles Danny.
Okay. Could you explain to us what happened?
I wasn't there. The girl said, the girl came in, went to cooler, got something out. She sold it to her. Didn't card her. It's not a brought citation. I
Okay.
didn't argue it because she said she didn't card her. Said she thought it was the same girl that always comes in. No excuse, but it's so.
Is this your first violation?
Actually, I think it's my second in 23 years.
Second in 23 years. Do you have a retraining session with your
I
employee?
did. Our problem, and it's no excuse. Our problem is we have so many regular people. And I said, even that, correct me if I'm wrong, don't they have to have an ID, kind of no matter what?
State law requires that you check ID for any time there's carry out.
So I thought at one time they changed, it was 40 and under, then they took that away.
Well, what it is there is a defense written into the law that says if the person looks to be 40, I forget what the exact date is, 40 or, yeah.
The Kroger's, they ID me when I buy a case of beer. And I said, well, look at me, and they said, no, the law's changed. So what's Kroger's doing?
I have no idea what they're
But
talking about.
I had to show them my driver's license and I was pissed.
I mean, I think at Kroger's, I was told they have to do that and they have to run it through a thing to show that everyone, even if you appear to be that, because they have so many,
He
you
just
don't
looked,
have to be 21 to go in there.
he just looked at it.
Oh,
Right.
anyway,
Anyway, never mind.
this girl said, I thought it was, I forget her name. She was busy doing book work and doing other stuff there. It was the morning, so it's no excuse. I did have my first violation though. I was aggravated. I wasn't there. Another girl served a guy, and once again, it was the guy who looked 25 to 28 years old. I served him many times. Always had an ID on him. And what the excise told me then was, I said, I know he's got one in his pocket. Just search it. Well, we can't search him. If you would ask him for his ID in the store, and if he would produced an ID, then I could have the right to search him. I understood that.
Mhm.
But, you know, this guy, I mean, he looked 35 or 40, you know, the full beard, and he was 19. You
Right,
know, you can only, it seems like you can only card somebody so many times. But this girl didn't do her job, and I'm not arguing it.
right.
We were wrong, or she was wrong.
I'm not familiar with any changes. I think what Kroger's probably doing is just an in-house policy, which they're allowed to do. Um, As
The girls are
far,
being more diligent now. We do have a problem. We have so many Mexicans now. They don't speak English. You know, you say ID, you know, we're allowed to take a paper ID, right? Not.
well, I suppose, you know, it should be a valid ID issued from a government with a picture on it.
I believe they do have pictures on their IDs, the paper that they show us.
Right,
I don't work to counter that often myself. But I mean, that's kind of an issue, you know? How do you? I think if you're in our state, you should have to speak English. You can't even correspond with them sometimes.
Mhm.
Sometimes I found there, I just said, I'm not selling to you. And make them leave,
right. I mean, if you're not certain,
you know?
if you're not comfortable that they show you that they're old enough to buy,
Yeah.
then there's
Even
nothing.
though that they appear to be, for sure. I
Right.
mean, I by no means would ever sell anybody that didn't appear. Anyway, the answer to your question is, yes, I've talked to all the girls. They all know what's going on.
Okay.
It's-
You guys have any more questions?
Oh,
Is there a motion concerning the renewal of the
so
permit?
moved.
Have a motion, and I have a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? So the motion passed. 3-0.
Now I got a question. I filed for an extension already.
Mm-hmm.
I was on this, it was my ignorance that I didn't come to the last meeting. On my last violation, which was many, many, many years ago, I never came to the meeting because I was told at the very first meeting I ever came to, right after I got my license, they said, what are you doing here? So I thought I had to come. They said, unless you did a major something wrong, you don't need to come to these meetings.
And that was how long ago?
21 years ago.
I wasn't sitting the board meetings back then, but it's always been, the rules as long as I've been on for 28 years, that if you've had a violation, you're required to show up for a renewal.
Regardless, I didn't show up for that, you know, that year, everything went through. When I read this one, I just thought it, I briefly looked at the letter, thought, I'm not worried about anyone, you know, there's no violation.
Right,
There's no major violation, you know, I paid my fine. I thought it was, if you argued your fine and did that kind of thing. So it was my fault that I didn't make the last meeting. I apologize. So anyway, after I got the second notice, I thought, I called Russ, what's going on? Well, you didn't show up to the meeting. She explained it to me. I said, well, now I have another question. If I go to the meeting, when do I get my license? She said, well, another board doesn't meet until the 4th of November.
right.
I said, well, there's my problem. My license expired November 1st. She said, well, I can send you the paperwork and you can fill out for a extension. Sent my check up, overnighted it.
Yeah,
They got it last Friday, I believe at noon, says it got received. And I left a message up there for the girls. I really thought this meeting was gonna be canceled because I couldn't get in here.
mhm.
But when will my extension be issued? Even if I have to drive, do you need to get it? Or do I have to have it in my
You
possession?
were already sent it up.
I sent it up, they received it Friday, it was said, it was overnighted up. At noon. I mean, that's just my confirmation from the post office saying it was delivered, so I don't know when the girls actually got it. I don't know if it's a government thing, how many employees you have up there, stuff getting put behind, you know. But it's my fault that it didn't get done timely.
Sure, they got an extension request today.
Okay, so
Check. so never mind. You should be good. You still got. Got it. Did you send a check in with us? Yeah. I don't have it in here yet, but they got it today, so they should have it to you by then.
So they don't need your approval or.
Not for an extension.
Okay, I didn't know if that was based on what we had here today and how long it took you to get back to them. And, I didn't know how much it's all going.
No, you're good.
So, and for some reason, it doesn't come into my mind, I gotta drive up there to get it, I'll drive up and get it.
Oh, then, you know, even if it's in the system, you should be good.
Okay, so that's just wanna make sure. 'Cause I don't want it-
Yeah. I understand.
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
I apologize.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Okay.
We'll look at next month's meeting, 11/18. Transfer, new application. And for renewals.
I got a question.
Yes.
Would the state excise police send in a Mexican that didn't speak English into a liquor store to get him arrested?
Get the liquor store in trouble?
Well, you know, like this guy, he says, well, between you and me, you don't have any Mexicans that can't speak English, do you?
No.
Okay, so his point, you know, I doubt if a Mexican's gonna be,
They got apps now
Yeah.
on your phone,
but
and a
what,
Mexican talks into it, and then it'll show you what he's saying.
Yeah.
what kind of IDs do the Mexicans have?
I don't know. It sounds like either consulate IDs
In
or,
Indiana, they got IDs.
oh. Guys, is there any other business for the board?
No, sorry.
Meeting adjourned.
Should I-